how productive you are as a laborer to the American government and to your corporation. Please don't ever ask me that question again.
It's always difficult for me emotionally whenever I hear Democrats panicking over the attack on voting rights. It hits me right in the heart. It shakes me to the core, gets my hopes up, because I very much wish that there was an attack on voting rights. I think universal voting rights is one of the worst ideas this country has ever had.
Dude. Yeah, but you shouldn't vote. Like, how about in my fucking perfect future, dickhead fascists like you don't get the vote, okay? How about that? I would take your voting rights away, bitch. Racist Seth Rogen. He's just like, yeah, I don't think everyone should vote. Yeah, we know that, dickhead. At least he's honest about it. God, I fucking hate this guy so much.
There are few things more worthy of coming under attack than universal voting rights. Voting ought to be a privilege reserved for those who are most competent and qualified. It's not a natural right.
He's literally like, what's so wrong about the poll tax? He's like, we should be instituting, you know, the grandfather clause once again. And by the grandfather clause, I mean like the great grandfather clause. You know. He's like, I'm saying I don't want black people to vote. He's gonna try to swing it in any way. Now, for those of you who misunderstand what I'm saying here and be like, oh, are you saying black people are not competent? That is precisely how they got black people to not be able to vote. Exactly what I just mentioned to you. Welcome to your daily dose of critical race theory with HasanAbi. I'm your professor, HasanAbi Piker, and this is the Critical Race Theory Hour.
God did not imbue us all with some sort of sacred entitlement to participate in our national elections. The Bible certainly makes no mention of any such thing. So if it's not a natural right, which it emphatically is not.
When you think about what was really wrong about Jim Crow laws, I mean, that's literally what he's saying. I think the chatter is also making a joke about that. He's like, you know, I mean, the Jim Crow laws, pretty good. I wouldn't even say morally neutral. I would go so far as to say very good, very cool. Let's just do that. The Bible didn't have a rule about the Jim Crow laws, so don't know why we took that away. Also, so what, dude? The Bible also said that if you're a group of children that make fun of a bald guy, then 100 bears come flocking down and murder you in the most violent way possible. And as a guy who has a receding hairline, I'm on board with that. But you don't hear me talking about like that's the fucking natural law of the land, dumbass. Okay? Yeah, that's a cool story. Fuck those kids that were making fun of the bald guy, okay? They said, hey, Baldy, fuck you. Yeah. Don't make fun of people with receding hairlines unless it's me making fun of them, in which case I can because I have the card. I'm medicated. That's a real thing, by the way, for those of you who don't know. Oh, man.
Then it's a privilege that we grant, and it would be wise to consider a person's basic qualifications.
Some chatters about to be like, oh, actually, as a child, I was attacked by bears for making a joke. It's really incredible that you could stand here and make fun of that. It's nothing to make jokes about. I was mauled by a bear after making fun of a bald. Okay? Crazy that you would sit here and be so problematic. Is that funny to you? Huh? You think my personal trauma is funny to you? To those I say, yes. Yes.
Qualifications before granting it. We are under no moral obligation to allow hordes of stupid, bewildered, clueless zombies to flood the voting booth and cast their ballots in a state of ignorance and confusion, helping to steer this giant ship of a country right into one iceberg after another.
Wait.
To allow hordes of stupid, bewildered, clueless zombies to flood the voting booth and cast their ballots in a state of ignorance and confusion.
I love that he says this because it's like, I mean, there are studies conducted on this. I think most Americans are dumb as fuck and they make idiotic fucking voting decisions. Some because like they really don't have another option. and others because like they're just stupid and they have no way of like exercising what they truly believe politically. Okay, but if you are to look at like who's at the very least more educated, what does he think? Does he think like fucking Republicans win that? Like, that's so stupid. Like, who do you think is going to win that? And me saying that alone is immediately cause for cancellation by the right wing, who will then say, look at this elitist bi-coastal dipshit making fun of the uneducated working class. Okay? Which means you recognize it. So shut the fuck up. How about that? I mean, Donald Trump quite literally said, I love the poorly educated. Like, what do you want? Scum of the swamp with 100 big ones. Oh, my Lord, dude. Thank you for the 100 big ones.
Helping to steer this giant ship of a country right into one iceberg after another. So that's my position, which I state often and without apology. I'm against voting rights. I don't like them. If it was a position shared by most conservatives and by...
It quite literally is, by the way. That's the reason why like people still watch him and go, yeah, that's actually, this guy's got some good ideas. Because yes, most conservatives are very openly against voting rights. I mean, the whole point of, you know, pushing for more restrictions on who can vote, the fact that, for example, voting is not a federal holiday is quite literally the product of the conservative movement very openly being against letting people fucking vote. That's it. Like, there's no, like, he's not actually revealing something brilliant or new or insightful here. He's just saying exactly what Republicans fucking believe.
Any significant portion of elected Republicans.
I mean, yeah, that's like, Republicans don't even hide it. They literally say, this is a republic, not a democracy, when you bring up the Electoral College and how fucked that is. Oh, this is a republic. This is not a democracy. Oh, okay, dude. Sick.
Democrats would be correct in claiming that it was a position shared by most conservatives and by any significant portion of elected Republicans. Democrats would be correct in claiming that universal voting rights are under assault, are at risk. But sadly, it is all in the left-wing imagination. I am, you know, a lone voice in the wilderness on this.
You are straight up not, dog. I don't know why this dumbass thinks he's alone on being anti-voting rights. Like, have you met the Republican Party, dude? You're a political commentator. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Every single Republican voted down H.R. 1. Like, every single Republican in the Senate voted down H.R. 1 and then threatened to filibuster it. So because it didn't have a filibuster-proof majority, it did not pass in the Senate. Like, what do you think that is? That is quite literally Republicans being like, no, actually, I'm very much against people voting. I don't understand why he is saying this. Like, this is a very unique position for him alone to bravely fucking let out. I just legit fact check your bald bear revenge story, porn, Bible story, and it 100% checks out. Everything I say is correct and true. Yeah. Guys, I have a very unique Republican position. Many Republicans are too afraid to say this. I don't think people should be able to get abortions. I'm sick and tired of other Republicans not coming out and openly stating that they are anti-abortion, okay? It is very frustrating, okay? I'm pro-life. I am so brave, I will fucking say it, okay? Those words will come out of my mouth. Please give me more money. Guys, I'm sick and tired of Republicans not admitting the truth that climate change is a Chinese conspiracy to control the world and do a great reset and, institute international Sharia communism. That's right. I will say it. Many Republicans are terrified to say it, but I will say it. It's in the same exact fucking vein. Like, what? Those are things that everyone says. Those are the things that Republicans say. That's all they say. Guys, I'm sick and tired of hiding the truth. Systemic racism does not exist. It's only when individuals are racist. And in most of those cases, when individuals are being racist, they're not even actually being racist. That's just liberals going crazy. Okay? Racism starts and begins with saying the N-word. And in most instances, even when you are saying it, we got to look at the context. That is precisely what, like, that's again, Republican idea. Just every Republican says this. You are not new to this. Okay? This is not a new take that I have not heard before. Anyway, let's continue. Hi, I'm from the CIA. It's my first day. Can you DM me the email address connected to your PayPal? Okay.